And here we are. Welcome. Welcome forward, everyone, to the latest episode of the Working Man's Warships. I am your humble host, Jedi Gad, and we welcome you, whoever you may be, wherever you are in the globe, whatever time of the day or night it is where you are, and however you are tuning in, watching, and listening. Welcome one, welcome all. So, today we're going to take a little break from the action. It has been a jam-packed week, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of housekeeping, a bit of cleanup duty, and give you an update on our progress in this campaign. But before we get to any of that, I first of all want to thank all my subscribers and viewers. We are now at 100 subscribers. Now, that might not sound like much, but to me it's everything. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would get anywhere near 100 subscribers when I first started this channel. The purpose of this channel was to help beginners at this game, because new players are the lifeblood of this game. They are the future of the game. They are the academy. And my thinking was, if I could get one new player interested in this game, it's one more than we have now. And the fact that in little under 3 months we have got over 100 subscribers is just mind-blowing to me. I never thought we would get to this point. I am grateful to you all. I am thankful to you all for your viewing, for your comments, for your suggestions, for your support, all of the above. I can't thank you enough. The thought that someone somewhere in the world would watch my video and like it is just, even now as I sit here saying this to you, it is an alien concept to me. Because truly, I am nothing special. I am not one of the best players at this game. I keep telling you, there are lots of players who are way better at this game than me. I am average at best. And the fact that an average Joe like me can produce content that people enjoy watching means the world to me. So I just want to say thank you all for your support. So what we're going to do is we're first going to take you back to the beginning of this update. Now, normally what I would do is I would come in here and I would purchase the 2,750 doubloons package, which will buy me the Admiralty back in, opening up all the campaign rewards, as it is 2,500. Okay. However, in this campaign, this update, I already had enough saved up from before to purchase it. So my outlay for this campaign was and is literally zero. In terms of hard currency, pounds where I am, where you are, you will have an equivalent. Dollars, euros, yen. It cost me nothing. Zero. Because I had it saved up. Now if you look up, I have 2,100 doubloons. So I'm 400 short for the upcoming campaign. So what I will do when the upcoming campaign starts, I will purchase the 1,250 doubloons package for £3.69 Great British pounds, which will take me over 2,500 and get me my Admiralty back in. Now, you know, on this channel, I am Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. I don't want to spend no money that I don't have to. But £3.69 I think is a reasonable expenditure, just like £7 would be. For a bit of context, here over in the UK, £3.69 will buy you a scrumptious protein bar. One. It might buy you 3 bottles of water, maybe. But the gist of it is most people will spend more than that on lunch. A restaurant appetizer will cost you more than that. So I think it's a reasonable amount of money to spend, and that will get me next season's Admiralty back in. So there's a quick heads up for the first video of the new campaign. So if I go to the campaign here, you can see I have successfully completed it and obtained the ship Inamura. Right? So for those of you who may be new to this game, I've just followed the missions and I've got all of these rewards, and I'm scrolling through this deliberately because I want you to look and note well all the stuff in here and the value of this. And I've obtained all of this and it cost me nothing. £0, $0, €0, €0. Nothing. All I've done is completed the missions. That's it. And it cost me nothing. I can't emphasize this enough. The purpose of this channel was to show you how you can get things on this game and make progress for the least amount of money, which is just what I did. And I've managed to obtain all of this and it cost me nothing. The most it would have cost me is that £7.39 in the store. And I now have Inamura, which is a tier 7 Japanese battleship, along with all the other rewards you saw. So you know I like to do equivalents on here because we can all understand money. I'll go into the store, and if I go to ships, we'll go to Japan. Udachi, a tier 7 Japanese ship, is 17,500 doubloons or 750,000 global XP. But let's go with the doubloons because again we can all understand money. So 17,500. I would need to buy the 20,500 package to afford a tier 7 premium ship. Okay, it's the only one I could get. 11,000 won't be enough, and obviously you've got the higher ones, but here, £52.49 Great British pounds, or whatever the equivalent is in your area. That is what I've got, along with all the other rewards, and it cost me nothing. And the most it would have cost me is £7.39 anyway. Right? So there's our first reward. Now if I come out and then I go to Spirits in the Wind, you can see Kaidi Kawashiro. I got her. Again, all I did was progressed through the daily missions for 3 weeks, which gave me some other stuff. All of these goodies. Yeah? I'm just scrolling through so you can see. I want you to see all of the stuff that I've got, all the stuff I earned, and it cost me nothing. I just did the missions. Okay? Along with that, one of the rewards that I got was a crate. Yes? So one of the rewards that I got while I was doing my mission was an arpeggio crate. Well, it just so happened that in that crate I got one of these, a Haguro. And all I did was completed the missions and it gave me this ship. That's all I did. Didn't pay a penny, didn't need to do anything, just did the missions. So again, if I move along and we go to Arpeggio and we look over here, Haguro is 12,500 doubloons. So again, 11,500 wouldn't be enough. I would again need to buy the 20,000 doubloons package. So if you're keeping score, £52.49 twice. You can do the finer maths if you want, but the simple fact of the matter is that's over £100 worth of ships for nothing. For nothing. Nothing at all. Over £100 worth of premium ships right there. Plus the guys, the spirits in the wind, the guys. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. But so we can just end the video now, right, and keep it moving and go about our daily business, right? Well, no, actually, no, because if you look up, I've still got 8 crates to open, so it's not over yet. So you know what, while we're here, let's get it done, right? More rewards. So I've got Ozawa, yeah, not this time, but 75,000 commander XP, nothing to sniff at. We'll take it. I mean, we already got 1 ship in a crate this season. Is great. Some more goodies. Yep. So again, this is all just adding on top of what I've already earned for this campaign. All of these things were earned in battle. I did not pay a single penny for any of this. Well, some of the stuff was the free crates from the shop, but the point stands. It costs me nothing. So again, even if I just signed in every day and got these, I've managed to get those crates. There we go. So there's all my crates. Ozawa. So currently I have well north of £100 worth of stuff, and it's cost me nothing. We're done now, right? Well, no, actually we're not. There's still some business to take care of. So you will remember on the crafting station, if you watch my last video, if you haven't seen the other videos, I will leave a link in the description. We managed to get the flag, nice, and we got Tito, and he cost us 1,000 promotion orders, right? So we got a new guys, 1,000 promotion orders. So we have found value in the crafting station. Now, I don't want you to get this confused. Do I think for the most part the store as a whole and the crafting station are a bit pricey? Yes, I do. I do. But in the store and in the crafting station, you can find value if you are looking. You can find value. Go to the supermarket late at night, wherever you are in the world, and I guarantee you, you will find things on sale that they need to get rid of. Take that, take it home, and put it in your freezer. It could be meat, it could be fish, it could be bread. Take it home, put it in your freezer, and then you have things that you can use moving forward. It's value. We have found value in the crafting station and in the store, and we have Tito. But remember, the last one of these videos I did, I said to you I wanted to try and get to 40%, so I can at least get the tier 6 crate, which at 40% will guarantee me a random tier 6 premium ship. I want to get there. Now, look, in the interest of full disclosure, I'm not getting to Kelowna. No way. Like, or here, or it's just too much. It really is. Now, I gotta be honest with you, one thing I am grateful for in the crafting station is that right here, these commendations, these commendations are actually at 60% instead of 40. Really, if we're honest, this should be at 80. If we're honest, and then the rest should be further down. Well, maybe 60, because you do get 5 crates at 80. But those 5 crates are promises. And what do I say on this channel? Promise is a comfort to a fool. And we ain't no fools around here on the Working Man's Warships. So the guarantee of a tier 6 premium ship, I believe, should be further up. But I'm not going to complain. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm not complaining. We just need to try and get to 40%. That's the next target. Now, bearing in mind, I used my promotion orders. I had 1,900 or whatever it was. I used 1,000 to get 20%. So by the same mathematics, another 1,000 will get me to 40%, right? But I've got 968. Sadness. Indeed. But can we find some value in the store? Can we? So let's have a look. If we come out of here, let's look around the store and see if we can find some value and get ourselves up. Right? What am I on? 968? So first of all, there's a free crate here. We'll take that. I don't think they drop promotion orders. If I remember correctly, I don't think they do. Let's find out. I mean, even if they do, the chances of us getting them aren't that high. But it's a free crate. We'll take it. And some more currency. We'll take that. But it doesn't help us with our promotion orders. So can we find some value? So here are the offers. Nah. I mean, nah. So let's go to special. Right? Now, you have currency here. What's it called? Let me just remind myself what the currency is called. Denari. Okay? Denari. I don't know how you pronounce it. You can correct me later. But in special, we have the currency. So let's just see how much we have. 5,000. Now, I will say I have spent some already. Right? So again, I'm transparent. I have spent some. I spent some on Cassia Marcella Hasta. I spent some on her of the currency because again, didn't cost me any hard currency, and I've got another Italian guys which gives me a 20% global XP boost. So she's useful. So that's a reason to spend. That's value. So I have got her. Don't remember how much she cost, but at most she would have been what, 5,000? Okay, so we do have her. Can we find some value here? So the Imperium Maris. There's 10 promotion orders here and a commendation, and all for 2,000. I think that represents good value. So we're going to go right ahead. We're going to purchase that. So we've got 10 more promotion orders and a commendation thrown in. So there's some value. It's what we want, value in the store. I do still, however, have 3,000 more. So if we look, go all the way along. Now, there's some value here, but I don't really value the camos, dime a dozen. The insignia is valuable, but there's lots of ways I can get those. The next campaign will be littered with them. So do I want to spend 2 of my 3,000 knowing that I'm only going to get 1? I mean, if they're going to give me 12, then yeah, but 1? No, I think I want one of these skins. Now, someone will have to explain to me why it is the tier 4 and 5 and these are double the price of these. Something's telling me they're from 2 different seasons because they're different. Now, the one I would definitely get is the Colombo, but I've already got it. So this is a ship that is going to be in regular use for me, but I've already got it. Now, Lepanto and Veneto I don't use that much because they are tech tree ships and I've already got to the end of the line because I've got Colombo. So I'm not really going to see them that much. So there's not much value there. Now I've only got 3,000 left, and so I can't afford any of these. So excuse me, it's either the commander or the camos and the insignia. Now I've already explained this, camos and the insignia. Now commanders again, do I want to spend 2,000 of my 3,000 on a single Italian commander when I know I earn commanders weekly? So again, that doesn't represent value for me. So I'm going to go with the Leone because it is a premium tier 5 ship. I use it sometimes to do my premium tier 5 missions. So I can see value here. I don't have this. It's going to take 2 of my 3,000, but I can see value. So I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to purchase that. Nice new skin for my Leone. Wonderful. I do like the eagle on the front. So my Leone is going to be kitted out. Very nice. So there's value there. Now I've got 1,000 left, but don't think there's anything within my budget, so we'll just leave that. And we've got some more value. Lovely. So looking ahead, is there any way we can get some more promotion orders? No. What about here? No. And this is just premium. These are commanders. Containers, possibly, but again, it's going to cost us hard currency. Forge. This is the most difficult currency to obtain in the game. Now, for 750, I can get 4 promotion orders. But steel is the most valuable currency. And if you look at the top, I'm at 23,000. Which means I'm not that far off from getting one of the big boys. Like one of these. And rumor has it, well, it's not a rumor, that in the new campaign, the new ship that's going in here is a bit busted. There's a little hint for the next upcoming video, but it's supposed to be busted. So do I want to take 750 of the hardest currency on the game for 4 promotion orders? I don't think that represents value. And then, you know, ships, supply. I don't see promotion orders here. And there's no value here. Okay, so we've got some value. So let's go back to our crafting station and see where we're at. Okay, so 978. Can you believe I am 22 promotion orders short? Now, even if I went and bought the 4, I'm still going to be 18 short. Sadness, right? I mean, you look here, it's barely moving the needle, and that's like a month's worth of premium access. Even if it did move the needle, that's a no, and a hell no. Again, 25 million credits. Like, I think I'm correct in saying I've got enough for a tier 8 ship, tech tree ship now. Taking my fleet into account and the discount, I'm pretty sure I've got enough. And again, the needle's barely moving. I'm not 25 million. Get out of here. I'm not doing that. There's no value there. Now, here are my global XP. Now, it would take me 855,000 of my global XP. And bearing in mind, 750,000 buys me a tier 7 premium ship. It would take 855,000 to get near to 40%. For a tier 6 ship, when a tier 7 is 750, oh no, that's no value there. No, you can miss me with that. And then there's my insignias, which are very valuable. And again, you know, I'd need to use 30, and that puts me at what, about 30%, maybe 31. No, it's not happening. And then my doubloons, which are really valuable. And I mean, come on, do we even need to have a discussion? So it's looking like I'm just short. Sadness. We needed 1,000 and we didn't make it. However, looky here. See, I had you lot going there for a minute, didn't I? I had you going. Don't lie. Don't lie. You knew. You were all getting sad with me. We were getting ready to break out the Kleenex. And looky here. So I can definitely get to 40%. But, don't hold your horses. Not yet. Because maybe there's a better trade-off. See, there's 45,000 there of my global XP, and it would take 950 of my promotion orders. Now remember, 750,000 buys me a tier 7 premium ship. I haven't decided which one yet, which is why I'm saving them up, but there you go. So if I come out and go here, maybe, so let's say I'm willing to sacrifice 120,000 of my global XP. 45, 90, 135. So 135 is a deal breaker for me. 135 will take me below the 750,000 benchmark for a tier 7 premium ship. It would take me below that. So I'm willing to spend 90,000. I'm willing to do that. And promotion orders, because again they are easily obtained in the campaign, I'm willing to spend as much of these as it takes. So 900 promotion orders plus 90,000 global XP, and I'm at 40%. We've done it. So I'm going to go right ahead and unlock that. And now I'm getting a tier 6 premium ship. Can you believe that? We did it. So again, my aim was never to bash the crafting station per se, or the store. The aim is to find value. Now, if you're putting stuff that is extortionate, I'm going to call it out. That's my job to my community, is to call it out. Hey, why are you trying to charge us that much money? Call it out. But if we can find value, we want to highlight that too. If we're going to be those people who are going to moan and complain that things are too expensive, and we're Julius from Everybody Hates Chris, then we also need to acknowledge when the crafting station and or the store gives us value. And we've got a lot of value out of this. I think 40% is more than reasonable. There's value there. And now I have a tier 6 premium ship. And yes, I'm going to open it and you're all going to get to see which one it is. But we're not quite done yet. Why are we not done? Because if I come out and then I go to coupons, because I am a loyal World of Warships player, been here since the very beginning, they gave me a special 7 voucher. Price reduction 17,499. So I'm gonna get a tier 7 premium ship for 1 doubloon. 1. So I get to pick one of these. Now, again, in the interest of full disclosure, I am aware of all the ships. I know their capabilities, and I have narrowed it down. Before we get into that, I already have Udachi, I have ZF6, I have Bayard, I have P-Bag, I've got the Flandre, I've got Graf Zeppelin, I have Wichita. I need to tell you this because you're all gonna be screaming at your phones or screens right now, get this one, get that one, insert name here. But I already have some of them. Right? So we move to page 2. Now. So these are the choices which I had to consider. And I did do a video on this before, and I asked you all for suggestions. So when I tell you which ship I'm getting, I don't want to hear you moaning in the comments, because I asked you. You could have told me. I gave you your time, and now your time is up. So my choice is Hampshire, Rodney, Plymouth, Rochester, Silawangi, and Constellation. Those are the choices. Now, everyone's playing style is different. Everyone's favorite ships are different. Everyone's opinions are different. None of you are wrong. Whichever ship you are currently shouting and screaming and banging the table, Jedi Gad, you fool! Get this one! Trust me, we are all different. There isn't a wrong answer. What works for you or what works for me? Now, I have narrowed it down. I've looked at the specs of the ship, and sometimes it isn't just about the ship, it's about what do you already have? What have you already got? So for example, if you don't have a tier 6 battleship, premium battleship, and you have the choices, and one of them is the tier 6 premium battleship, go with that because it fills a gap on your roster. Do you understand? Right? Think of this as the draft. Okay? Here's the draft. This is what it is. Now, in the draft, right? If I've already got Larry Fitzgerald, yeah, on one side, and then on the other side I've got Jerry Rice, do I need to pick a wide receiver? Do I? Do I really? Do I? I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba could be available, and he's magnificent. But I've got Larry Fitzgerald and Jerry Rice. Do I need a receiver? But I might need a linebacker. There could be a linebacker that I need. So, if Luke Kuechly is available, I'll draft him. That's the way you look at your ships. It's not necessarily the best ship. What do you need? Now, I am reminded that, you know, if Michael Jordan's available, that kind of changes things. Yeah? Okay? Michael Jordan's available. We've got a point guard. We don't need one. We need a center. Well, guess what? Draft Jordan and play him at center. Yeah, there are those ships. There are. But for the most part, fill gaps on your roster. Yeah? And with that in mind, the two ships that I narrowed it down to were Plymouth and Constellation. Those are the two. Now, should we find out which one came on top? In all honesty, I don't actually know. I'm doing this kind of live, recorded live, so let's see. Okay, so if I go up to tier 7 and I go to the US of A and look at the battleships. Right? Okay? So you see I've got Georgia and Massachusetts. Premium. And then Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska. Okay. It's good. Now if I go to the British cruisers, I've got Belfast and Nottingham. So we're kind of even now, right? It's like, So that offsets. This is going to be a tough call. Go back to America. And no, tell you what, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to do battleships. Right, here's my tier 7 battleships. Quite a few. Yeah? Okay. Now let's look at cruisers. Again, quite a few. This is going to be tough. So, looking at the roster, it's not really... let's go back. And let's have a look. Okay. Constellation. I can just hear you all shouting at me now. Get that one! Get this one! Right, so Constellation. What do we have here? Let's look at the loadout. Yes, the radar. Now, this is tipping me in the direction of the Constellation. Just this radar. A radar battleship. Decisions. Let's look at the main battery. 4 double turrets. Now we're starting to get into the nitpicking, because I'm not really a fan of battleships with double turrets. Yes, some of them are really... Georgia is amazing. Hood is amazing. For the most part, 3's better than 2. I'm more likely to Citadel you if I got 3 than if I got 2. So that's a kind of a mark that Constellation got a mark up for the radar, but it's getting a mark down because of the double. I know they're 406 millimeters, but they're double turrets. Oh, but the AA defense is so good. Secondary, I don't know why it says 77 when it's 5 kilometers. That seems a bit, but you know, whatever. 63,000 hit points. It's a very, very solid ship. Really good. Okay, now let's make the case for the Plymouth. Okay. Plymouth. Now, again, I'm putting aside any obvious British biases. I just want the ship, which can give me the best value. I'm not interested in the nation. That doesn't come into it at all. Okay. So we've got 3 hills, which with my fully packed will go to 4, which is something pretty substantial. We've got the radar. Okay, that's a good start, Plymouth. 41,000, which is decent for a cruiser of this type. And 4 times 4. 16 guns. And they hit hard. I mean, it's only AP, but when there's 16 of them, who cares? Oh, 16 guns and 4 heals. Oh, It's a compelling case. I've just had an idea. We have 783,000 global XP. So I'm going to get another ship. So if I go across, let's have a look and see. I wonder. There's Constellation. No. It's a bit of a disappointment. Let's look at the UK. No. In fact, is Plymouth even here? It's got to be in it. Yeah, there's Plymouth. So cleverly, they've made sure I can't purchase them using my global XP. Do you know, honestly, I think Plymouth's won. And the reason I think Plymouth's won is the guns. 16 guns. Yeah, I know Constellation's a battleship and they're really big, powerful guns, but double turrets. If Constellation had triple turrets, and I know, you know, if my auntie was male, she'd be my uncle. I get it, but 16 guns that hit that hard, and Plymouth is broken. We know anyone that knows anything about Plymouth knows Plymouth is broken. It is one of the best ships you will find on that tier. Constellation is too, but on balance, if I take pound for pound, I think Plymouth just dips its head at the line. And it is going to be Plymouth, and I've just made a decision why. Here's why. It's going to be Plymouth, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to go right ahead, and I'm going to get my Wonder Balloon Plymouth. There we go. Plymouth. HMS Plymouth is now on the roster. And let me get to the final thing which made me take Plymouth. I noticed something. I don't have Alabama. I can get Alabama. So I'm still going to get my tier 7 US battleship. Okay, doesn't have radar. But in my opinion, Alabama is better than Constellation. Now, I could be wrong. Again, it's just an opinion. If you disagree, let me know. But when I'm in a battle, Alabama strikes more fear into my heart than Constellation does. If there's an Alabama sitting over there and I'm broadside, I'm more worried about the Alabama than the Constellation. That's just from personal experience. You may be different. But I think I'm... Before I do that, again, let's just make sure. Nah, this is the Bureau. There's nothing here for any global XP. We've seen the US. Hayate I can't afford, I've already got anyway. I have Udachi. Yahagi I have, but please. I've already got Ki. I have Azuma. I have Suzuya. And I have Atago. I've got all of those. I have Monarch. I have ZF6. I have Odin. I mean, Tuen, really? I have Flounder. I can't afford Republic, but I've got it anyway. I've got Champagne. I don't have Chkalov, but I don't like aircraft carriers. I hardly play them because I can't stand them. For me, my aircraft carriers are more collector's items because they still have value because of the currency. But do I play them very much? No, because I think playing them is boring. But so forget Chigalov. I've got P-Bag, Krasny Krim, which sounds like a donut, a variety of donut. I mean, please, tier 4. I've got Roma. Siluwangi. I don't have Siluwangi. I've got Loyang. I think Alabama's better than Siluwangi. I mean, again, please. A couple times people have come on and corrected me about things like my builds and stuff like that, and I take all of the advice and critique and know-how on board. If you think Siluwangi is a better ship pound for pound than Alabama, please type it in the comments. I don't. And I think so. It's got to be Alabama. It has to be. So I'm getting my US tier 7 battleship. I'm getting it. I'm going to have it. So I get the best of both. I get the UK cruiser and I get the US tier 7 battleship. Minus the radar, yeah, but triple turrets. Alabama it is. Roll Tide. Apologies, Auburn fans. I'm sorry. I am. But the ship is called Alabama. I mean you no offense. Same with you, LSU. Mississippi State. I do not mean Florida. SEC. I mean no offense when I say Roll Tide. Can I have Roll Tide? The ship is called Alabama. Can I have that? Can I? Okay. Roll Tide. So, we get our US battleship. So, we're done, right? No, because I still need to see what tier 6 ship I got. Drum roll, please. Everyone, where you are, drum roll, please. What am I going to get? What do you think I'm going to get? It's the moment of truth. Now, I'm just hoping I get something I don't already have. Now, if I get something I do already have, yes, it will be useful because I will get the value of the ship, which will make my credits go up and up and up. But I want something new. So, ready? Drum roll. Let's get ready to rumble. Collingwood. And no, I don't have Collingwood. So now I've got a British tier 6 battleship. I have Collingwood. Isn't that nice? Right, so let's have a recap because this has been a lot. Let's just go right. Let's take this full circle and get to the start finish line. I started this campaign and spent zero pounds, 0 yen, $0, 0 euros, 0 anything. Fresh air. And I earned, well, not here, inside the campaign, I earned the Inamura with all the other goodies that were in. But if we just the other goodies are worth currency as well, but let's just add up the value of the ship. So I've got Inamura tier 7 battleship. So we said that was £52 roughly. So I got that. And I got the Arpeggio. I got the Haguro, which again we calculated based on the package I'd have to buy would be another £52. So we're over £100 worth of ships already. I got Kaidi Kawashiro. and all the other goodies there. Ignore the goodies for now, they're add-ons. So I got her as well. I got the flag. I got Tito, the flag, and a new tier 6 ship, which again, when we go based on the value of the Haguro, is another £50 on top, right? So again, Haguro, just over £50. Inamura, just over £50. Collingwood from the crafting station, another £50 just over. Yeah. So just from the Inamura, the Collingwood, and the Haguro, that's over £150 worth of ships I got for absolutely nothing. It cost me 1,900 promotion orders and what was it, 90,000 global XP, and I still had enough left over to get Alabama as well. So this entire season I spent a grand total of 1,900 promotion orders, 90,000 global XP, and 0 hard currency, and managed to obtain over £200 worth of goodies. 4 ships, okay, 2 tier 7 premium ships, 2 tier 6 premium ships, 2 new guises, and then all the other stuff, the global XP boosters, the commander XP boosters, the battle boosters, the credit boosters, the credits, the steel, all the other little bits and pieces. But in ships alone, I obtained over £200 worth of ships, and it costs me nothing. So this is why I created this community. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to keep repeating this to you. I've got to crack open an egg and spread it on your domes. I am not the best player in the world at this game. Nowhere near it. There are far many players far better at this game than me. I just do my missions, pay attention to the details, do the mathematics, and earn the rewards. That's how I got here from the beginning, from 2019 when this game came out. I've got to this point by doing that. If an insignificant little speck like me can do it, so can you. So can you. Bunch of you here got more skill than me. You can do it. And that's why I created this community, to show you how. So once again, here's why I created this community. There you go. And it seems like I've got quite a few first impression games coming up. But in the meantime, thank you again for tuning in to this latest episode. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your subscribers, for my subscribers, for the comments, for the encouragement. Thank you for everything. Thank you all. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for all of you. I'm thankful. All you have to do is the missions. Pay attention in class, follow the advice. You will get to exactly where I am now, in disbelief that I have 100 subscribers. Okay, so next episode will be my campaign guide. When the new season starts, I will as ever do a guide to how you can maximize your rewards. Stay tuned for that. That'll be the next video. But until then, if you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, share, comment, join the community, and we will see you next time on the Working Man's Warships. Whoever you may be, wherever you are in the globe, whatever time of the day or night is where you are, and however you are tuning in, watching and listening, take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next episode of the Working Man's Warships. Bye bye, folks.